What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another real NBA video. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about confusing slash head scratching free agent signings this year. So yeah, let's get right into it. Free agency is pretty much over and all the big names are now signed to their new contracts. There were some predictable signings, unpredictable signings, and underrated signings, but today I'm here to talk about the head scratcher signings, aka the signings that I think made no sense at all. It can either be the contract they signed or the fit on the team that doesn't make sense. Either way, I'm going to be talking about the most head scratching slash confusing signings in this year's free agency. So the first player I'm going to talk about is Terry Rozier signing a 3-year, $58 million contract. And many people, including myself, are very confused about this signing. Terry Rozier is definitely not worth anywhere near $19 million a year. I think he's maybe worth $10 million a year, and that's being generous right there. And this was also a sign-in trade including Kemba Walker. But in my opinion, I think the Hornets should have just traded Kemba Walker during the trade deadline to get some young talent and picks in return, and then just completely start over and rebuild. But instead they kept Kemba Walker until the end of the season and then apparently lowballed him for his contract and didn't even give him the supermax. So then Kemba Walker declined that and decided to go to the Celtics in a sign and trade for Terry Rozier. And Terry Rozier, in my opinion, is not even that good. He's definitely not going to lead the Hornets anywhere. He's definitely not going to lead them to the playoffs. Kemba Walker is way better than Terry Rozier. He couldn't even lead the Hornets to a playoff appearance. Maybe they'll get like 30 something wins, I don't know. So yeah, the Hornets signing Terry Rozier to that ridiculous contract is definitely a head scratcher. The next player I'm going to be talking about is Harrison Barnes signing a 4-year, $85 million contract with the Sacramento Kings. So yeah, Harrison Barnes is definitely not worth that much money. I have no clue how the Kings even thought he was worth that money. I honestly have no clue how he even got that contract. First of all, he doesn't really fit the Kings timeline because the Kings are made up of mostly young players and Harrison Barnes is already like 27. By the time the Kings start to contend again, Harrison Barnes would be going up on 30 years old, and then yeah. Also, he's definitely not even worth that much money. He's not even that good. I mean, this next year that's coming up, he might be able to help him make the playoffs, but they're not going to go far. So yeah, now for the next 4 years, the Kings are stuck with this terrible contract. That was just a really head-scratching contract. The next player is Farouq Aminu. He signed a 3-year, $29 million contract with the Orlando Magic. He'll help them on the defensive end, but he's not worth $9 million a year in my opinion because he's not really that good. He has a lot of weaknesses on the offensive end. He's not getting any younger, and the Magic finished 22nd in offensive rating last year. And Farouq Aminu is definitely not going to help that number improve at all. $29 million over 3 years is not that bad of a contract, but in my opinion, he's probably not even going to help the Magic that much. And it was just a really confusing signing for the Magic. Like I said, he might help them on the defensive end, but on the offensive end, he's just going to make the Magic even worse than they were last year, being 22nd in the league in offensive rating. It's just a real head scratcher. And the last player I'm going to be talking about in this video is Kemba Walker signing a 4-year, $141 million max contract with the Boston Celtics. And don't get me wrong, Kemba Walker is definitely a good player. He's definitely worth the max. But in my opinion, he doesn't really fit the Celtics team because I personally think the Celtics should have just let their young players lead the team this year and just continued after that, just continued on after that, whatever happened. Because Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and all the rookies they just drafted are going to want to get all the touches they can get. And they're all going to want to show what they can do in the NBA. Adding Kemba Walker, who's a pretty ball-dominant player, I just personally think it's not going to be a good fit. And also the Celtics lost Kyrie Irving, Al Horford, Marcus Morris, and Aaron Baines, and replaced them with Enes Kanter and Kemba Walker. So yeah, the defense is going to be trash. So I just think that even with Kemba Walker being a better locker room presence and being an arguably better player than Kyrie Irving, I just think they're not going to be able to contend with the Sixers and the Bucks and the Nets when KD comes back. So in my opinion, they should have just let their young players develop and lead the team and just let their young players, and just see what the young players did with the team and then, just move on from that. But nah, they signed Kemba Walker, and like I said, I just don't think it's the greatest fit because he's a relatively ball-dominant player and all the young players are going to want touches, and they lost a lot of key pieces like Horford and Morris, Baines, and all those players, I just personally think they're not going to contend. But yeah, that's going to be all for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Tell me what you guys thought about this list in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.